Hey guys, what's going on? It's Andrew from AR Media. In tonight's video, I want to review Batman and Batman Returns on 4K UHD Blu-ray. Now, I was pumped to give these a watch, so let's go straight into the movies on this one. So this was the first time I saw the 1989 Batman with Michael Keaton, and I gotta say, I was pretty blown away. I wasn't sure how this would hold up. I know this movie is pretty old, being that it came out in 1989, but I think it holds up extremely well and is one of my favorite entry into the Batman series. I think Michael Keaton plays an amazing Batman, and I think Jack Nicholson's The Joker is so iconic and just amazing the way he portrayed it. Now, moving on to Batman Returns. Now, this is a movie that I have seen. Big fan of Tim Burton, big fan of Danny DeVito as the Penguin as well, and really love this movie. But what this 4K format brings to it is really just a whole new life and a whole new dimension that I'm going to go over in the video section. So let's get straight into that. So Batman itself, the 1989, looks very good for a 1989 movie. So it's a 4K digital intermediate. There is a layer of grain on the 1989, but it is very thin. So grain hitters, really, I wouldn't be too wary about this one, and I would actually check this one out if you are a bit scared of the grain, because it's not too much to be found. But what I will say, the increase in detail here is off the charts for the 1989 version, but even better on Batman Returns, which is also a 4K digital intermediate. Batman Returns, now for all you grain haters, really doesn't have much grain at all, considering it was shot on film, and looks absolutely beautiful. One of the best catalog transfers I've ever seen, actually, in these two movies, especially Batman Returns. The detail on stuff like Catwoman's suit, on Batman's suit, is off the charts compared to the older Blu-ray version. This is leaps and bounds ahead by far. Now, the HDR on this disc really shows off as well. In the first, the Joker's suit, the purple and the oranges really pop off the screen and show a lot more vibrancy to the color, as well as making the shadow detail and blacks a little more inky and deep, making it a lot easier to make out some of those details in the darker scenes. Now, moving on to Batman Returns, it's a less colorful movie, but some of the best usage of HDR I've seen. The difference between the white and the blacks and all the colors varying between are great, and you can see a lot of different shades here. The shadow detail is really greatly improved here, and stuff like the Penguin's face, you could just see a lot more different nuances within that, a lot more different color detail, and just a great display of HDR overall. So home run on both these discs in the visual department, in both the HDR and the resolution standpoint. This is a massive upgrade when it comes to detail, depth, clarity, black levels. Really everything is off the charts. So now let's get to the audio quality on this. So the Dolby Atmos knocks it out of the park for both of these as well. So the 1989 one actually comes with like a remastered mix with some added in gunshots and sound effects, and I thought it actually sounded really good. Definitely give it a chance if you're hesitant on it. I think it sounded really good. The overheads were used nicely. It was a nice dynamic mix, and Danny Elfman's score really surrounded you in the mix. Same thing with Returns. Really great dynamic mix, really great use of overheads, great use of surrounds. So anyway, guys, these two were just home runs, knocks out of the parks for me. If you're at all fans of either of these movies, you definitely got to pick these up on the 4K format. It is the best these movies have ever looked, and something like Batman Returns really blew my mind when you put it on and you realize it's from 1992 and realize it looks better than some movies that are released today or like 10 years ago. So anyway, guys, I'm going to leave links for these movies in the description. Picking up through these links gives me a small kickback to review more 4Ks for you. So anyway, guys, I hope you have a good Sunday, and I'll see you in the next one.